Oh, hi there. So I hear you're going to be a contestant on Grammarly Feud. Let's just make sure you know what you're doing before we start.
Oh, hi there, William. What are we learning today?
Our first topic is subject-verb agreement. What does that mean, Harry?
A subject-verb agreement means the verb should agree with the subject. This is where, if the verb is singular, the subject should also be singular, and if the verb is plural, the subject should also be plural.
For example, I wouldn't say Harry's entire body are on fire. I'd say Harry's entire body is on fire.
Wait, what?
Just remember that additions to the sentence that begin with things like together with, as well as, or in addition to, don't affect the subject-verb agreement. For example, Harry's entire body, along with his car, is on fire. It would still be is, even though it's along with his car. 3 more things you need to remember. When 2 singular subjects are joined by or nor, the verb agrees with the second subject. Also, when someone's using a term that says blank is one of those people, or it's one of those times, or one of those things, anything like that, you use the plural verb rather than a singular verb. And the last thing you need to know is that collective nouns are pretty tricky. If you're using a collective noun in which everyone is doing the same thing, they're acting as one unit. You use singular verbs. But if they're doing different things, and then you would use plural verbs. An example of all 3 would be, Harry is one of those people who is just very unlucky. It's either himself or someone else that just causes him to always have a rough day. Like right about now, a group of kids attacks Harry with baseball bats. Our next topic is pronoun agreement. A pronoun always needs to agree with its antecedent, which is the noun or other pronoun that came before it. For example, if a noun is plural, then the pronoun must be plural too. If a noun refers to a male, then the pronoun must be male. An example would be, Harry always seems to get his face beaten in by random strokes of bad luck. Now remember, one important rule is that if you have 2 antecedents joined by or nor, the pronoun is still singular. Neither Billy nor John wanted his luck to be worse than Harry's. Just remember, certain indefinite pronouns such as everybody, anyone, nobody, there's millions. And by millions I mean about 17. And they all use a singular pronoun. For example, everyone knows that his luck is much greater than Harry's.
A faulty diction is the commonest use of words. For example, all round is correct, not all around. For example, Liam is all round a terrible person. Also, there's things such as difficult, which isn't followed from then, but otherwise the preposition from. Okay, I'm done.
Let me just bring up a few more things my colleague may have missed. A few things you should remember is you cannot say could of. You must say could have. You always agree to something and agree with a person. You can't agree to a person or agree with something. Another one that's important is couple always refers to two. You can't see a group of people and say, there's a couple of guys there. That would just be wrong. Like our colleague Harry, who is in the hospital right now. So, I need to inform you of some commonly misused and mixed up words, like aggravate and annoy. Annoy means to bother, while aggravate means to worse or intensify. People seem to think aggravate means to bother. I don't know where that came from. Now, allude and allude is interesting. Allude means to outwit or escape, while allude means to reference to something in a inconspicuous, nonchalant way. See, the difference between anxious and eager, though, is anxious is usually painful or hard to do, while eager, you're excited to wait for something or do something. You're eager to do something. And the final one is amend and emend. Amend is to change. Amend means to change. But emend with an E means to fix. So I emend my test after I finish. I emend all the wrong answers. And that's most of the important commonly misused words. Harry's not back yet, so I'm still alone. Time for the troublesome plural lightning round. The plural of alumna is alumni with an A-E. The plural of alumnus is alumni with an I. Analysis, plural, is analyses. Antithesis, plural, is antitheses. Attorney general is attorneys general. Axis, plural, is axes. The Chamber of Commerce, plural, is chambers of commerce. Crisis is crises. Diagnosis is diagnoses. Editor-in-chief is editors-in-chief. Ellipsis is ellipses. Fungus is fungi, or funguses. Either is allowed. Hypothesis is hypotheses. Looker-on is lookers-on. Medium is media. Parenthesis is parentheses. Passerby is passersby. Phenomenon is phenomena. Runner-up is runners-up. Secretary-general is secretaries-general. Sisters-in-law is sisters-in-law. Spoonful is spoonfuls. And thesis is theses. Now that we've given you this training video, you are now ready for Grammarly Feud. I hope to see you win.
Hey, all the first